Time to show this knockoff, bootleg, half-price Aldi version of myself what defeat feels like. Before we get started, let me explain a bit about today's race. This is a list of my family's best parkrun times. Note that I am neither the fastest nor the most numerous record holder. I'm the Johan Blake to Al's Usain Bolt and the Johnny Brownlee to Scott's Alistair. Today I start my path to redemption. I'm going to work through these parkruns until I take down every course record, becoming the undisputed king of parkrun. This fine Saturday morning, I'm at Pollok Park on the south side of Glasgow, attempting to take down a record that's been held by Scott since 2017. You might think I'd start with Pleen, but it's really far away and I can't be arsed, so let's get going. Off we go, starting a good 100 folk from the front, so it'll take me 10-15 seconds to reach the start line. I have two goals today. Firstly is obviously to take out Scott's course record of 28 minutes and 44 seconds, but also if I can run my first sub 25 since the summer, that would be quite an achievement too. I reckon I'll probably end up somewhere between the two. Before I ran this week, I was told that Pollok is quite a tricky course, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but fortunately for you, voiceover Steve has the benefit of hindsight, so let me show you the course. It's two anti-clockwise loops of a fairly hilly but fully paved circuit that hosts three standout hills. Firstly, when we get down the hill here and turn to the right, we're going to start a long and shallow climb. It's certainly the longest hill. It's not that steep, but it does seem to go on for ages. On the other side of that lies the hardest hill in the course, in my opinion. It's long, it's hard, it's primed for euphemisms that I'm uncharacteristically going to avoid. And finally, before we finish the loop, we have what I call the wee bastard. Not too big, but it's deceptively steep and it seems to come out of nowhere. Nothing worse than a climb without time to emotionally prepare. And as I reached the top of the long shallow hill, that's me now at 1 kilometre. Plenty of overtakes there mean the crowd has thinned out a bit. We'll check in on my progress towards today's goals. The time of the first kilometre was 4 minutes and 47 seconds. So in terms of pace to beat the record that Scott set, I'm 57 seconds ahead of where I need to be. And to go sub 25, that's 13 seconds ahead of where I need to be. Settling in behind now this fella that's wearing a pair of New Balance shoes that I actually were one of the first pairs of shoes I used when I was running. Still use them today. They're not very fast, but they are comfy, so I sometimes wear them if I'm mildly injured. And I'm going to settle in behind Bumbag Lady here as well. That's the first person really I'm going to settle behind and just let her pull me along a wee bit. I think actually just in here I'm going to decide to go for the overtake, but it is not the last time that I'll see her. I'm a bit of a downhill merchant. Oh, so is this fella. Comes storming through there. But yeah, I'll just sit on Bumbag Lady's shoulder. And here's that guy's pal coming through as well. We've got all the way down the hill to go, and then I'll have the long, hard hill to go up very soon. As I come down the last hill, I was aware that I was making good time and I tried to squeeze the pace a bit further than I had even been going on the first kilometre. When I hit this hill, that kind of hurt me a bit because I'd certainly felt it in the calves going up this hill. Obviously, that fella in the black, not feeling it much, but I certainly was starting to feel it. I was also realising there was probably only about 1.5, no quite 2 kilometres in at this point. And to be feeling quite a lot of my calves on this hill, I mean, some of that's to do with the steepness of the hill, some of it's just to do with the fact that I was getting a bit knackered, but just trying to hold it together, no lose any places I was going to say. But look who's coming through. It's Bumbag Lady again. Oh, she's got a pal. Be swishing their ponytails away as they leave me in the dust going up the hill. But looking at our progress as we come up to the second kilometre, I did it in a time, this kilometre in a time of 4:43, which puts me nearly 2 minutes ahead of schedule for breaking the record and gives me 30 seconds spare on a sub 25 as well. That's not bad going. As I say, I'm starting to feel it though, so it's just a matter of maintaining and not doing anything silly at this point. And as you've seen, I've been tailing Bumbag Lady. I've been not letting her get away, but I've not been catching her either. And then on my left hand side, this guy comes through. He's got a full bag on. It looks like he could have a full change of clothes in there. There's nothing I can do to respond because we are in a very minute uphill, which I'm terrible at, as you know. But we are about to begin a downhill here, so Stephen has got the potential to make a surge here and try and catch him. Will I be able to do that? No, it doesn't look likely. Got a wee gap opening up on the inside. Am I going to pop through there? No, it looks like the door's closed. No, it's back open again. And Stephen's making a surge through. Good lad. And you might have noticed as we come back past the last pink Marshall, that was us starting our second lap. But here he goes again. My goodness, that full change of clothes is certainly no slowing him down. He's trying to move forward to that pack ahead. That's us up to 3 kilometres now. Let's check in on our race progress. And we managed the third kilometre in 5 minutes flat, which gives us loads of nice comfy room on that 28 minutes 44 second target. We've now got 2 minutes 42, and that's just ahead of schedule. So even if I was to run 6 minute kilometres just now, I'm probably still going to make it. I think it's, unless something goes really wrong, it's in the bag. It's no cut and dry yet for the 25 minutes. 5 minute kilometres I need. 5 minute kilometre I've done, so I've broken even there and I've still got 30 seconds in hand as we come round the corner and up that slow, steady hill again. Now you can see in front of me, I don't know if you noticed, there was a guy with a green t-shirt on. Anybody who knows Parkrun knows that the green t-shirt that is there means 250 parkruns. This guy's Dave. I know that because I stalked him after Parkrun and saw that he's actually a guy doing his 350th parkrun, and he's doing a bit of stop start. And I don't know if he's struggling or if he's maybe using an old school technique known as Jeffing, invented by Jeff somebody. I'll put it on the screen. I'll look it up on Wikipedia, and it's essentially running for a bit, walking for a bit, and it used to be a competitive strategy that folk would use in marathons and in the Olympics, I think, as well. But he's certainly struggling a wee bit here now. I'm trying to catch him, but he's obviously realised that I'm behind him, decided to take off again. But I think this second time was just too much for him. He is either sweating or crying, one of the two. I hope he's sweating. This guy's still struggling. He's making a surge. He's maybe been kept at the back. I think that's the guy who was in front of me at the start line. But anyway, he's coming through. So that guy doing the 350 parkruns, what a legend. I can't wait to get my 50 t-shirt, never mind my 250 t-shirt, never mind having done 350 parkruns. But and here he goes. That is what legends are made of. Making me, the young whippersnapper, feel useless. As we reach the top of the hill, we are going to start on a downhill though. So Dave, I'm going to have to come and catch you. Let's see if I can do that. I remember at the time while I was caught up. Oh, he's walking again. I remember at this time when I was caught up, trying to get past Dave. Lost Troy's away again. I lost track of where the bad guy's gone. I think that's him still quite close to me. We're on the downhill now, so we'll see if I can catch him. When we get to the bottom of this hill, it's that left-hand turn and then up the really steep hill, so we'll see how it goes. But we're downhill just now, try and get some speed on. Certainly try to maintain the 5-minute kilometres, and that would take me home for sub 25 and smashing Scott's course record. I mean, no much more than a kilometre left. I think it's about time we get the dramatic music on. As predicted, Stephen the downhill merchant is going to catch Dave on the downhill, running past Parkrun royalty here. I hope that I can run that fast. It's 25-minute parkruns in my 60s. I can barely do it in my 30s. Let me take a minute to introduce Here We Go Dog Walkies. If you're looking for friendly dog walking services in the Ayr or Prestwick area, contact Megan today. And as I come round the corner here and start to attack the hill towards Bad Guy, let's see if I can get him. We'll check in just now on the race progress. So we're at 4 kilometres. I did that in a 5:06, so I've not lost a lot in the sub 25 goal, and I've gained even more towards the record. It's just a matter of hanging on and not making any huge mistakes to it, and that record's mine. And the way up that hill there, I didn't seem to lose Bad Guy too much because you could actually see in front that he's still there. So I'm now maybe half a kilometre from the finish, looking at Bad Guy and realising that he's actually struggling a wee bit. And I could pick anybody out the crowd and decide to make them my enemy for the day, but given that he went past me with a full change of clothes in his bag, that's why I've decided to pick him, and his legs are getting tired. And I'm going to try and catch him. So now I'm G'ing myself up. I'm saying, I'm the man. I can get this guy. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to go and get him. Here I go, watch me surge. And then all of a sudden, this guy comes through. Another guy pushing a pram, just like Pollok Parkrun. And how stupid do you feel when I'm giving myself the biggin and he's shoving his way around the park like it's nothing. He probably gave us a full minute head start, and that's him just showing us who's boss. But who cares? I've decided it's Bad Guy the day that I'm going to be racing. Bad Guy's weight is finally weighing him down as we turn around this terrible wee hill. It doesn't seem that big, but my God, when my legs were getting up here, it took everything I had just not to walk. And we get up to the top of the hill because it just keeps going. There's some folk were actually lapping in the inside there. Round really the last sharp corner and to the top of the last hill, and now it's going to be a matter of trying to get past this guy. Just bide my time a wee bit. I don't want to go too early. I must have about 300 metres to go. I want to have a strong finish and make sure that he can't catch me as we're coming up to the funnel. He's sorting his hair because he wants to look good for the finish line, quite right. Looks like a handsome fella for the back. I've never seen him for the front, I can only imagine. But I'm just going to tail him just now. There's no any space to go through. I don't want to do anything stupid. And I'm just looking out for that final 200 metre sign, and when it does, afterburners go on and I'm going past him. There's the, you can see it there in the distance, afterburners are on. You can see that it's the final corner coming down now, and that's it. It's time to empty the tank. At this point I'm just thinking I am absolutely knackered for one, but also I'm thinking this is time to take Scott's record, to defeat him once and for all. Maybe not, he'll live to fight another day, but I want to make sure this record is out of his reach for at least a while. So I'm going to push. Tiny wee hill there nearly killed me. My legs were like jelly, my arms were like jelly for some reason at the end of this race as well. Absolutely knackered. But I'm just going to push in it. Again, I'm thinking who's behind me? Is Dave behind me? bum bag lady's in front of me, bag guy is breathing down my neck, I can hear him kicking trying to catch me, and that is pushing me on. So whoever you were, the handsome guy from the back, well done for pushing me on. Nearly at the finish line now. What's that, 100 metres to go? You can nearly see the funnel, and just kicking, thinking about glory, thinking about how I actually feel like I'm going to be sick, but just trying to keep that down. Well, I get to the finish line. This guy's had enough, he's walking. I'm going to get past him as my last overtake, and there comes the funnel. And I did my last kilometre in a time of 5 minutes 21, so it was this by far the slowest, and that meant 3 minutes 43 up on the previous record, smashed it. And that also means that must be a 24:57. I managed to get sub 25 as well. Oh no, wait, because the official parkrun time was
A lot of rounds to do.
25:08. Gutted. Oh, well, at least I tried. That was probably the 10 or 15 seconds it took me to walk to the start line that I then lost. So if I'd started right at the front, I probably would have been sub 25. But who cares? Let's look at the leaderboard of Hare Family Records, and yay! There's one more. Steve on the board. Pollok has moved way up from where it used to be. Objective complete. Scott defeated. I'll see you next time in Run Steve Run to see if we can beat him again.